In a small village called Khed, nestled in the Pune district of Maharashtra, a boy named Shivaram Hari Rajguru was born. This was in the year 1908. His family was simple and humble, living a quiet life surrounded by the green fields and rolling hills of their homeland. Rajguru's father passed away when he was only 6 years old, leaving his mother and older brother to care for him. He grew up listening to stories of brave Maratha warriors like Shivaji Maharaj. These tales of courage and fighting for one's land filled his young heart with a deep sense of pride and patriotism. He loved his country dearly and dreamed of seeing it free. As a young boy, Rajguru was strong and full of energy. He was known for his physical strength and his fearless nature. He loved wrestling and other traditional sports, which made him very fit and agile. While other children played simple games, Rajguru was drawn to activities that tested his courage. He would often wander through the rugged terrain near his village, feeling a connection to the land of his ancestors. The spirit of his land, the stories of its heroes, and the love for his motherland were shaping him into the person he was destined to become. He was not just a boy from a village, he was a future soldier for India's freedom. The world outside his small village was changing. The British ruled over India, and many people were unhappy with their rule. Stories of the freedom struggle reached even the quiet corners of Khed. Young Rajguru would listen intently to any news about the brave men and women fighting for India's independence. These stories ignited a fire within him. He started to understand that his country was not free and that his people were suffering. This realization made him restless. He felt a strong urge to do something, to join the fight and help his country break free from foreign rule. This desire for freedom became the most important thing in his life. He decided that he would not live a quiet life in his village while his country was in chains. He wanted to be part of the great struggle. So, with a heart full of dreams and a spirit full of courage, he left his home. He traveled to the holy city of Varanasi, a center of learning and culture. He went there to study Sanskrit and read the ancient Hindu scriptures. But his main goal was to find a path that would lead him to the freedom movement and allow him to serve his beloved motherland. In Varanasi, Rajguru's life took a new and exciting turn. While he was studying the ancient texts, his mind was more focused on the present state of his country. He was looking for people who shared his passion for freedom. It was in this ancient city that he came into contact with revolutionaries. These were brave young men who believed that India could only win its freedom through a powerful struggle. They were not afraid to challenge the mighty British Empire. Rajguru was deeply impressed by their dedication and their fearless ideas. He felt that he had finally found his true calling and the people he was meant to fight alongside. He soon joined a secret organization called the Hindustan Socialist Republican Association, or HSRA. This group was led by courageous freedom fighters like Chandrasekhar Azad. The HSRA believed in fighting for a completely free and socialist India. Here, Rajguru's life changed forever when he met two other young men who were just as passionate as he was. Their names were Bhagat Singh and Sukhdev Thapar. They quickly became the closest of friends. They were like three brothers, united by their shared dream of a free India. They spent hours together, planning, training, and dreaming of the day their country would be independent. Rajguru was known within the group for his excellent marksmanship. He was a skilled shooter, and this made him a valuable member of the HSRA. He was also admired for his unwavering courage and his cheerful spirit. Even in the most dangerous situations, Rajguru remained calm and determined. His friendship with Bhagat Singh and Sukhdev was a source of great strength for all three of them. They trusted each other completely and were ready to sacrifice anything for their cause. Rajguru, with his physical strength and shooting skills, was seen as the muscle of the trio, always ready for action. Together, they participated in many revolutionary activities. They believed that they had to make the British government hear the voice of the Indian people. They were not just fighting with guns, they were fighting with ideas. They wanted to awaken the people of India and inspire them to join the freedom struggle. Rajguru, along with his comrades, was preparing for a major act that they hoped would shake the foundations of the British Empire. He was no longer just a boy from Khed. He was a dedicated revolutionary, a soldier in the war for India's soul, ready to face any danger for his nation. The turning point for Rajguru and his friends came in 1928. A respected Indian leader, Lala Lajpat Rai, was leading a peaceful protest in Lahore. He was protesting against the Simon Commission, a British group sent to India to decide its future without any Indian members. The British police, led by a superintendent named James Scott, responded with violence. They brutally beat the non-violent protesters with their lathis, or heavy sticks. Lala Lajpat Rai was severely injured in this attack. A few weeks later, he died from his injuries. His death sent a wave of anger and grief across the entire nation. For the young revolutionaries of the HSRA, this was an unforgivable act. They saw the death of Lala Lajpat Rai as a direct attack on the honor of their country. Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, and Rajguru felt that they could not let this injustice go unanswered. They decided that they had to take revenge. They made a bold and dangerous plan to assassinate James Scott, the police officer they held responsible for the death of their beloved leader. They wanted to send a clear message to the British rulers. The youth of India would not silently watch their elders being killed. Their action was not just for revenge. It was a defiant stand for national dignity. On a cold day in December 1928, the plan was put into action. Rajguru and Bhagat Singh waited near the police headquarters in Lahore. They were watching for James Scott to come out. However, in a case of mistaken identity, another police officer, John Saunders, emerged instead. He was a young assistant superintendent of police. Before they could realize the mistake, Rajguru, a man of quick action, fired the first shot. His bullet struck Saunders, who fell from his motorcycle. Then, Bhagat Singh fired several more shots to make sure their mission was complete. They had acted swiftly and bravely, driven by their patriotic fervor. After the shooting, Rajguru, Bhagat Singh, and their associate Chandrasekhar Azad had to escape from Lahore. The city was immediately put on high alert, with police searching everywhere for the assassins. The escape was a daring adventure in itself. They managed to slip out of the city in disguise, right under the noses of the police. Rajguru then went into hiding, moving from place to place to avoid being captured. Even as a fugitive, he did not stop his work. He continued to be an active revolutionary, always fighting for the dream of a free India, his spirit unbroken by the constant danger he faced. Rajguru's life as a fugitive came to an end in 1929. He was arrested in the city of Pune. The British police had finally caught up with him. He was taken to Lahore to stand trial along with his comrades, Bhagat Singh and Sukhdev. The trial was for the killing of John Saunders. Throughout the long court proceedings, Rajguru showed no fear. He and his friends used the courtroom as a stage. They did not defend themselves in the way normal prisoners would. Instead, they used the opportunity to spread their message of freedom and revolution. They shouted slogans like "Inquilab Zindabad," which means "Long live the revolution." Their bravery in the face of certain death was astonishing. Rajguru remained calm and composed, often smiling defiantly at his British judges. He never once regretted his actions. He believed that what he had done was necessary for the honor of his country. He and his friends were found guilty and were sentenced to death by hanging. Even this terrible news did not break their spirit. They accepted their fate with courage, viewing it as the ultimate sacrifice they could make for India's freedom. They were ready to give their lives so that future generations could live in a free country. On March 23, 1931, the day of their execution arrived. The three young heroes, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, and Rajguru, walked to the gallows with their heads held high. They were singing patriotic songs, their voices echoing through the prison walls. They were not afraid of death. They embraced it like a friend. At the young age of just 22, Shivaram Rajguru became a martyr for his country. His sacrifice, along with that of his two dear friends, sent a powerful shockwave across India. It inspired countless others to join the freedom struggle and fight with renewed determination. Today, Shivaram Hari Rajguru is remembered as one of India's greatest revolutionary heroes. He remains a powerful symbol of courage, patriotism, and selfless sacrifice. His story teaches us that true bravery lies in standing up for what is right, no matter how great the cost. The boy from the small village of Khed became a giant in India's history. His life and his sacrifice continue to inspire young Indians to love their country and to have the courage to fight for justice. Rajguru's legacy is a timeless reminder that the flame of freedom, once lit, can never be extinguished.